Hey, what is up guys? So this is one of the last meta deck profiles that I'm going to do for the OTS Championship that's held at Halifax Keeper Street. Shameless plug coming in 3, 2, 1.
For a gaming cafe, we offer a safe and free-to-use space for anyone to come and geek out. When I was younger growing up, there was nowhere you could go and be a geek. You were frowned upon being a geek, you hide the fact you were a geek. And now I think being a geek is something you should be proud of, and there should be a place where you can come and say, hey, I'm a geek. We've only been open 6 months, but we've made quite an impact on people. We have people who come in who wouldn't have dared speak to anyone, and now they're coming in and they are thriving in our certain groups, winning competitions, making friends, and just all right, coming out of their shells. We are going to be building a sensory room for if you've got sensory issues like autism or anything, you can come in and bring your little ones. Halifax takes everything in its stride. Progressive, change come along, we go with it. Something stops you, we move past it.
Now that shameless plug is over, we're going with Callum's second place Infernoble, which, before I go into the deck, it's kind of sad how Callum lost, because the man in game 3 opened up triple imperv and every other board breaker card, just nothing to establish the board, and it was really sad because it was against Flunder and he kept on preventing him from summoning a big bird for about 6 turns straight. It's just a shame that after the 6th turn he had no gas to even start the engine, so it was really sad. We were actually kind of all cheering for him to come first because he did so well for the entire tournament. Yes, I know that the Rise of Heart is banned. This was the OTS just before that event happened, so I believe it's in September, 16th September-ish period, but anywho, instead of reminiscing on the event, I'm going to go into the deck profile. I am going to just categorically put it out there, though I have no idea how this deck functions. My knowledge of Noble Knights was when it was Noble Knights, not Infernoble, so I cannot critique this as much, except for the staples. So we have 1 Fireflint Lady, 1 Immortal Phoenix Gearfried, 2 Roland, 1 Megas, 2 Ogier, 2 Oliver, 1... yeah, I'm just going to skip all that, I'm not even pronounce his name. And then 1 Turpin, then 3 Fenrir, 1 Rise of Heart, 3 Connector, 1 Aqua Dolphin, and then for the spells we have 1 Almaris, 2 Durandal, 1 Joyous, 3 Book of Eclipse, 3 Book of Moon, 1 DDR, 1 Phoenix Blade, 3 Chalice, 3 Museum, 1 Rota, double Talents, triple Imperm, and then for the side we have triple Ash Blossom, triple Druis Worm, triple Nibiru, Harpies, Lightning Storm, and Evenly. And then for the extra deck we have 1 Angelica, 1 Baron, 2 Roland, 1 Charles, 1 Dweller, 1 Dempsey, 1 Zeus, 1 Ariza Heart, 1 Appaloosa, 1 Arashima, 2 more of the Link Charles, and 2 and then 2 Isolde. So as I said, I have no knowledge of how this deck works. I kind of knew it a little bit from when Infernoble was played in Triff's list, but beyond that, I only know normal Connector, search Aqua Dolphin, rip the hand trap, and then we make board there from Isolde and other things. I kind of don't really know beyond there. I've just seen him play the ultimate combo and it is very, very beautiful to watch. Fair enough. I have to sit there with a pen and paper to figure out what he's actually doing, because I just have to take his word for it. If not, I'm going to be reading every single card for about 10 minutes straight. But same to the Unchained list of what Rob was playing. He's maxing out on the Eclipses as well as the Book of Moons, because the idea, I believe, for both of them that they had at the time is all we need to do is just crack the board ever so slightly, and then while we're establishing our board, we can get through his very quickly. So from there, it should be pretty alright. Similar thing with his, but that's really all I can say on the main itself. It is weird seeing a 43 card list, but I guess board breakers are board breakers, and if you're just going to go balls to the wall effectively with this deck, you just go for full combo, with the occasional thing to just kind of prevent a board, but I guess it depends. Obviously, Impermanent is a very high impact hand trap, but if it's a 43 card list, and we're already maining the Book of Moons and Eclipses, are we just doing it for the Rise of Heart existed in that format, or is there another reason? I don't know. Part of me thinks also it's because this is when Unchained recently came out, so Imperming Caesar probably would help this deck a lot. Book of Mooning the Caesar as well, but that's just an educated guess. I kind of just played other decks that just played through the Caesar, so I don't know his logic behind it. As for the side itself, it's a similar thing to what I've seen of triple Ash, triple Drosworm, triple Nib, and then board breakers galore. The Harpies is basically there for the sole purpose of we can't play through Lightning Storm because we're not allowed nice things. But again, if you draw one of the board breakers and then you have any form of starter engine, you can kind of win from there if your opponent doesn't have a way to deal with the board breaker. Nibiru is just Nibiru. You go second, you draw this, you win. Going first, this doesn't do anything. This would absolutely just decimate your own board because you waste so much resources to get to the end result that if you nib your own board, you're kind of stupid. But you've just given your opponent a huge ass token that they're probably going to kill you with. Triple Drosworm because obviously the Unchained sort of thing, and Light and Dark is kind of appearing again because dragons are being played by people again. Branded is still a thing, and Drosworm just deals with a lot of problematic stuff, except for the Mirror Jade when it comes to Branded, but for other things, it's perfectly fine. Triple Ash, again, I don't know how I feel about Ash being in the side. If Ash was going to be played, it gets played in the main, and then Droll gets sided or other hand traps because Ash hits a lot more than what Droll does, and anything that it can't hit, you side the Droll in for, but that's just my own personal 2 cents for it. Anywho, I'm not really going to go into any further of this because I wouldn't do justice for this deck at all in the slightest. But shameless plug again, we do have our OCS Championship Halifax Geek Retreat on the 12th of November. This is for the year that this video is made. But this is Halifax, UK, not the one in Canada. Sorry for anyone that lives on the other side of the ocean. That's not your event. But yeah, the event will be starting at 11:30. But as it is a Yu-Gi-Oh event, we always start late. For one reason or another, we will always start late. But I hope to see you guys all there. I'll be head judging it along with one of my friends, Rob. I'll be signing out. Peace.